You are listening to In Conversation with Jennie and Mark.
Well, hello, I'm the Reverend Mark Adams from Winnow Wellbeing, Coaching and Pastoral Supervision.
Hello, I am the Reverend Jennie Adams from Holy Nativity Church, Eastfield, Scarborough. And welcome, we're back.
We're back. Apologies, last week went a bit mad. We sat down to do it and then the computer didn't work and life got in the way.
Yeah,
That's it, isn't
but we're
it?
back. We're back
But
now.
we're
All is
back.
well.
So thank you if you're still here. Maybe
We
you
do
missed
not
us,
do
maybe you didn't.
anxiety.
No, we don't do that. Not anymore. That's right. We're all into family systems theory now, Jenny, aren't we?
It's all okay.
All okay.
Everything's going to be okay.
Okay, well, let's crack on then with
Okay.
some passages. It's a bit strange. The lectionary compilers have decided in their wisdom that we don't need to hear about unrepentant cities. So there's no woe to them, but we are doing the bit either side of it.
I mean, that's fair enough, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Matthew
okay.
11,
Matthew
16 to
11.
19, 25 to the end.
So you want to
Okay.
do 16 to 19 and I'll do 25 to the end then.
Okay,
Let's
coming
do
up.
it. Go, go, go.
But to what will I compare this generation? It's like children sitting in the marketplaces and calling to one another. We played the flute for you, and you did not dance. We wailed, and you did not mourn. For John came neither eating nor drinking, and they say he has a demon. The Son of Man came eating and drinking, and they say, look, a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. Yet wisdom is vindicated by her deeds.
At that time, Jesus said, I thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because you have hidden these things from the wise and the intelligent and have revealed them to infants. Yes, Father, for such was your gracious will. All things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. Come to me, all you who are that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
Okay.
Okay,
Shall we start with
so
16 to 19?
let's do that.
Okay.
You're never
Sometimes,
satisfied, basically. You're never satisfied.
yeah, let me speak. Sometimes people are whingy and whiny and you can't please them.
Yeah, okay, well, I think we're basically saying the same things. Let me
Yeah.
speak. It's just it started. Some people are whingy and whiny. You can't please them. That's true, Jenny.
But that wouldn't be me, would
But
it,
that
Mark?
wouldn't be you. No, no,
No,
no, no, no, no, no. So yeah, I mean, basically, I suppose it's a little bit like there's no pleasing some people, is there?
no,
You
no.
want us to be all
John didn't
Australia
eat
and
and you reckoned he had a demon. Jesus
yeah,
ate and he was a
yeah.
glutton.
So
You can't win.
you can't win, which is an
Mhm.
interesting outlook, really, isn't it? I suppose the word that comes to mind is there's a bit of confirmation bias. Ooh, do you like that?
No.
Do you know what confirmation bias is?
Uh,
Sorry, it wasn't supposed to be a test. I can.
yes, it's when you think something and then it gets confirmed for you, or you confirm your own bias with,
Yeah, more the second one. Really, you
yeah.
see what you want to see. So, for example, you might think that somebody is, the cause of all your problems, and then lo and behold, everything they do is like bad because that's your confirmation bias. Yeah, you're pointing at me. Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So you
The
think I'm the
cause of all my problems.
source of all your problems, and then everything that's a problem, basically, I get the blame. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I didn't
and
know
then
this
it's all
podcast
your
tonight
fault.
was going to be a bit of marriage therapy, but anyway, let's do it. That's fine. I can take it.
No, no, I can't help it. You are the cause of all my problems.
But you know what I mean? We do that to people, don't we? And then, even if they're not responsible for something, we sort of say that they are because that's confirmation
Yeah.
bias. And basically, they don't.
Well, also, we think they are confirmation bias. So we see it, pick up on the things that will confirm it for us.
Yes, yes,
So, yeah, it's almost like a filter, isn't it?
it
Where
is.
you only
Yeah.
see the things that will confirm what you're biased about. Is that basically it?
Yeah, they don't want to
Yeah.
accept the message of John the Baptist or the message of Jesus. So it doesn't matter what they do, whether they are
Mm.
fasting and being austere, or whether I mean, I love the fact, I just think we need to notice here that Jesus does get called a glutton and a drunkard. I mean, this is the Lord we're talking about here, and yet he is recognizing that people called him a glutton and a drunkard. I mean,
Brilliant.
it's brilliant, isn't it? Not that I'm saying that gluttony that he was a glutton and a drunkard. That's not my point.
No,
Uh,
he was called
he
a
was called a
glutton.
glutton and a drunkard, but he was. It always strikes me as interesting that Jesus was quite careless of his reputation in a lot of ways here, isn't he? He's not bothered about what people are saying about him.
He's not bothered. Also, in those few sentences, sounds quite good fun, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah,
Sounds good fun. The
yeah,
problem is, he's having a great time. John the
yeah. He's
Baptist was like, you brood of vipers, all you sinners, and all that sort of thing. Not really come to me and like be very happy. Jesus being just having a good time.
I mean, Jesus
He
comes
feels
across
sorry.
it actually as very secure in his own identity. I mean, you'd like to think as the Son of God that he would be, but you know, actually
Well,
Jesus
mostly. He was mostly.
and mostly he was, although actually he has this even Jesus has his moments, doesn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But mostly
I
he
can't
was
think
secure
when
in his
off the top of
identity.
not when off the top of my head does Jesus have his moments.
I would go for on the cross. My God, why have thou
Okay,
forsaken
we
me?
could go there, yes.
I'd go for that one. Quite
We
a
could
famous
go
one.
there. I mean, I think we'll allow him that one.
I mean, he was
But
having a bad day.
but what a great picture, actually. He is not concerned about what other people think. He is not tied up in knots about it. He
No.
is he is self-defined, as we might say. Differentiated, even
Who,
some might
who
say,
would
but
say that?
I would say that. Some would say he was differentiated, but that would be getting onto another thing. And then you'll start screaming out the phone down the line at me.
The cause of all my problems.
Yeah, exactly. So something very attractive about Jesus here, isn't he? I think there's something very attractive when you're with people who are secure in themselves, secure in who they are, know what they're about.
Well, it's back to what did I say as we started? We have no anxiety here. But actually, if you are secure in who you are and that sort of thing, you are, yeah, quite a calm presence to be around, aren't you?
I suppose in one sense, what is he saying at the end there? Yet wisdom is vindicated by her deeds. Is that kind of related to that, or am I reading that into it?
I never really know what that line means. I just can't like the fact that wisdom is her.
Ooh. Oh, yes. Okay. Actually, echoes of Proverbs 8.
Hmm.
Think it is, isn't it? Someone
I'll
else
go
can
for
look that up
yes.
if they want to. Proverbs 8, where
Proverbs.
wisdom is Proverbs somewhere.
Yeah.
Wisdom is definitely personified as female. Oh,
And
yeah,
here she
okay.
is.
I'd never noticed that before in the New
Mm.
Testament. I know that wisdom is personified in Proverbs as female, but that's good,
Hmm.
isn't it? We like that.
I
Yeah,
do like that.
yeah.
And being female, and she is vindicated by her deeds.
So what you can see, I mean, in one sense, I think there is a connection there. I am sort of reading into it, but I think it's like, okay, what you see is, trust what you see. So I am content, I am secure in who I am, and you can in Jesus, and you can see that.
Okay. Yeah, good for
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Shall we
Um,
move on?
we miss out woe to lots of cities because somewhere we don't want to deal with that.
We'll
Yeah,
deal with
then
it a
we
different
get
time.
what I love. This is one of my bits that I learned at college, theological college. I
Oh,
don't know
go
whether
on.
this is the Johannine Thunderbolt.
Oh, I remember you saying this before. I didn't learn it at college. I learned nothing at college. Same college, different time. Tell me again why it's the Johannine.
Well,
Because
when
it
you read
sounds
it,
like John in the
because it
middle of
sounds like John, exactly. So
Mm.
suddenly it's like you can, and you don't need to be a great biblical scholar to see that. I'm not a great biblical scholar, right? So I can, it does, doesn't it? It reads like John.
And is it all of it?
Well, I think it's 2025 to 27. So all this
Right,
stuff
okay, that
about,
makes sense because to be honest, it,
I mean,
it
this
is a
is
bit.
this is John, isn't it? All things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, and no one knows the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son chooses to reveal him. It's as if we've
Yeah,
suddenly stepped into the middle of John's Gospel because that's the
yeah,
way
it's
John
waffly like
writes.
John.
Yeah. And that's
Mm.
important. I don't know whether you bring this into your preaching on this subject, but it's important because it tells it because John sometimes gets looked at as the Matthew, Mark, and Luke are the kind they're the real gospels, and John went off on one by himself, and because it
Well, he
is
has
very
done, yeah.
different. Yeah.
That's why it sounds like John. It's waffly.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a sort of integration between the two here when often they don't get seen as such, I think is one of the points about this.
Is that the
Which makes it
point?
important.
I mean, why will it have John in the middle of it?
Well, because I think it's seen as being there's more, I might be wrong. There's more so sometimes, as I say, John's seen as being very separate, but Jesus obviously did speak like this, and this is one bit where the synoptic gospels have kind of captured it.
Okay. No.
And that it's not
Okay.
all just John going doing John's thing, sort of writing what he thinks.
Okay. So basically, all things come from. I mean, mine just says Jesus thanks his father, and I'm
And the
quite happy
wise
with
and the intelligent, no,
that.
you're out. It's an interesting thing here. So wisdom is vindicated by her deeds. And
Yeah,
then wisdom, the wise and the intelligent are, is there a connection there? I don't know. Could you make a connection
because you've
between
hidden
them?
these things from the wise and the intelligent and revealed them to infants.
So the
But is
Pharisees,
that a different sort of wisdom?
well, the Pharisees, whoever it is who are criticizing him, the generation who he's saying, you're never happy, you're never satisfied. They
Mm.
think they're wise, don't they? They think they're wise.
Yes.
They think they've got it. They think that, not that anybody would ever feel like that
But
today.
really, they're whingy and whiny, and they played the flute and they did not
Yeah,
dance, and
they're
they
never
mourned, and they,
satisfied because
yeah.
they've got this confidence. They are not willing to see that God is at work in Jesus or in John, so they won't see it. So they have to find another explanation.
Okay, but they think they're wise.
They think they're wise and they think they're above all this. But all the people who are the seemingly the not intelligent, the sinners and the tax collectors and
Okay.
they're the ones
So
who can
hidden
see
these
Jesus for
things.
who he really is.
I mean, if it's hidden them, it's a bit unfair, though, isn't it?
Well, he's hidden. Well, then but then that links again to why he speaks in parables, doesn't it? I will speak in parables because
Yeah,
you're
he says
sort of
before,
hidden.
so
It's
some only, yeah, only some
yeah,
can understand.
so that you will see and see, but you won't understand, and you'll hear and you won't listen, or something like that, isn't it? So there's all this sort of stuff going on, isn't there? Around, it's there for those who want to see it, but if you don't want to see it, you're never going to see it.
Or just speak plainly.
Well, they do say that to him, of course. Now you're speaking plainly. We understand. And then he goes off on another one. They
I
do.
know. I love that line. It's amazing. I'm right with them.
So the
Okay.
wisdom is revealed to those who want to see it. Sometimes our own thinking and learning and cleverness can get in the way of seeing what God really wants us to see. I think there's something
Yeah,
about
so the wisdom is revealed to those um who are humble really. When we say infants, we're not really talking children, are we? We're talking um innocent.
well, if
I
you're
suppose.
list, if you think that you are not wise or not very intelligent, then
Then you're
Jesus
onto a
is,
winner
then
here.
you're onto a winner actually, because sometimes your supposed wisdom and intelligence can get in the way. Um,
Ah, yes. Whereas if you think that you've got it all sussed, then you really haven't.
so be open to what God is doing because God might surprise you.
Mm.
Watch what people do, not just what they say. And
And
we ought to do this last verse as soon as my sort of time is coming to the end. But
come to
come
me.
to me. I mean, this is classic, isn't it? This is one of the greatest verses in the
Come
whole
to me, all you
scriptures.
that are weary and carry heavy burdens. Used to say it every week in the BCP communion service.
Yes, yes. Of course, I sometimes fear that in the church we've made it come to me, all that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and we'll give you some more.
No, I don't know what you mean. Because first of all, you're not coming to church so we can carry them. You're coming to the Lord so he can do it. We will give you some more to share with him.
Are you suggesting that doesn't happen, or just that?
I'm suggesting it doesn't happen.
Okay, well that's fine then. Okay, you carry on then.
No, no, that
I
doesn't
have
happen.
felt that in some of my time. It's like, as I don't know.
That
come.
is giving you
I've got
burdens.
some jobs I
Yeah.
need you to do. Please come and let me give you some of my burdens. I can share them with you.
Okay. I love this image though. I love the image of walking side by side and sharing rather than taking it. You can't just hand your burdens over. You are you are
Yeah.
sharing them, working through them, walking, journeying together. I really like the image.
Yeah, the image is, I mean, this has been preached on many times, isn't it? This is
Mm,
certainly not a Mark Adams' original thought. The image is of the yoke of the cattle, isn't it?
yeah,
Pulling
yeah,
together. Yeah.
yeah.
But it
And
is
they
a
would have
beautiful image.
understood that image. Mm.
Yeah. So how, I guess my question, which I think I have reflected, how do we make sure that when people, we don't add to their burdens, that faith doesn't add to people's burdens, but that actually we live this out in our congregations with one another?
I mean, it is a difficult one, isn't it? Because you put all people together, and it's a family, and it's always going to have some challenges. Um, but also we've discussed many times. There's no promise that everything's going to be easy.
No.
So how do we not add to them? Awareness,
Yeah. Yeah.
awareness, relationship.
Working on relationships,
Yeah.
working on, well, I mean, I would say it comes back to one sense, you can go full circle right back to the beginning because you work on yourself and then the thing gets better with others. And Jesus is the person who we aspire to be like, who is self-defined, who does know who he is, who is secure in his identity. And if you can bring those things not in an arrogant way, but in a humble way to a community, then you can make a massive difference, can't you?
So if you're secure in your identity with Jesus,
Yes.
then it will, that's the first step, and it will all flow
Yeah,
from
I
there.
suppose if
That's
you think
basically
of,
what you're saying.
I guess if you extend the picture, what if you think of these cattle yoked together, if
Mhm,
they're kind of pulling in different directions and going off trying to fight each other in the trying to take the plow or whatever it is they're pulling or the cart in, then it's going
mhm.
to be horrible, isn't it? But if they're working together, then the load is shared. So there is some really
Okay.
interesting things to stretch to probably reflect on in that metaphor, aren't there?
Yeah, I think. Are you stretching it so that the working together is the whole church working
Yeah,
together?
I think so. I thought I'm just playing with it really. That um, yeah, that we're all, and I suppose you can link that back if you want to take the whole, but we're called by
So a
God
bit
together.
like if we change the metaphor a little bit to
Okay.
something we're more likely to see,
Yeah.
because we're not farmers, are we? Um, I mean, we're not likely to see this either now I'm saying it, but I'm going to go with it anyway. But when you say see horses pull a carriage,
Yep.
and I think royal family, okay? So
Yep.
you can have two horses side by side pulling a carriage,
Yep.
but you can also have six horses. So
Yep.
two, two, two,
Yep.
can't you? Are you thinking a bit like
Yeah.
that we're all yoked together and
Yeah.
also
And if the
live?
horses are trying to go in different directions, then chaos
Yeah,
will ensue and you'll never get the carriage to move forward. But
it's true. And
if
if
you're
you
pulling
lose them
together,
around Kensington Park,
as
somebody
you
will
used
put
to
it on
experience,
TikTok.
if you are putting together, working together, then the thing will be much easier. There'll still be work to do,
Hmm.
but there will be, so it comes back to how you are. I don't know. Does the
Yes.
horse know what the horse knows what it's about? A horse knows what it's got to do. It's been trained. It's been, I don't know. You can play around with that, can't you? And if I was
Mm.
preaching on Sunday, but I don't really anymore, I would probably play around with some of that. Although yeah, I am on the rotor, so I'm sure I'll be preaching again soon.
You are on the rotor. I
Okay, well,
mean,
don't
it's
worry about
not for
that
a
now.
while, to be honest.
Okay, don't worry about that now. But anyway, and I guess I'd be interested to see how you could tie that together with, knowing that how could you tie that with the other bits of the passage? Well, going back, I guess, we've been, the Son has chosen us, we've been called, so we have that
Hmm.
sort of common purpose. And the Son is one who knows, who is secure in who he is. He knows what he's about. Let's be open to what God is doing. I think there's some thoughts in there that I would be quite interesting to develop, but
And stop being whingy and whiny.
always good. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Don't
mean, that
always.
will go down well if I preach it.
Well, my there is
Listen
something
up.
yes, I am. If any from Holy Nativity has got this far in the podcast, then you know just be warned what might be coming. Not that I'm saying anything. This is getting very dangerous. I'm going to stop now.
I think probably won't go that way.
Not that people are whinging whiny. They're lovely.
No, not at all. But it'd be
Let's
fun to
just put
say
that
it.
out there. I think, Jenny, do you think we better stop?
Yeah, let's
Before
stop
we dig
now.
ourselves
Okay.
into any more of a hole. Thank you so much if you've got this far. And we will plan to be back next week.
We hope to be back next week.
We
All
plan to
right.
be back next week.
Take care.
Take care. Have a good
Bye-bye.
week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to In Conversation with Jennie and Mark. Please subscribe for more episodes on all the usual podcast platforms.